We are in the gaming room, retro gaming room. And right now on display, we have in here on 84 inches, we have our new technology, the 39 Black Widow, which we're showing off right now on an ultra short throw projector. As I said, for those who are looking at the projector, like how come it doesn't fill out the whole entire screen? This is a different ultra short throw. This is an ultra short throw used for businesses and homes and for businesses and so forth. So these projectors were meant to be upside down. We use these quite a few times on the bigger screens downstairs. So in order for me to fill the whole screen out, I'm gonna have to drop this down a little bit farther. Then we'll have the whole thing filled up, but this is gonna be up here for a while for some demonstrations. This is not a part of the demonstration, but I wanna show you this really quick. This is my NEC projector. I did a custom paint job on, give it a kind of a nuclear bio design to it. And this is displaying a 148 inch screen. We're gonna be talking about that too, because I see a lot of people going out buying those Valve projectors, and those particular projectors, hold on for me to see which one's which. All right, which one? Okay, that's one for over there. All right, cool. This is the one we need for over here. I get customers that will contact with that Valve projector, and the first thing they'll say is, oh, I got the projector because it produces 150 inch. Yeah, that projector costs 130 bucks, 148. All right, so over here we have the new black technology, the 39. A lot of people have been asking us about ultra short throw applications. Yes, the screen paint is fully ultra short throw, can pick up with no problem whatsoever. And let me turn around and show you our window light, which I like to show off, how much window light we pull in the environment. As you can see, windows are fully open. Plenty of light pushing through. We got no heavy objects, nothing blocking the windows, nothing like that. Furniture. I've seen people had sofas that were halfway up to here, and the shades will come down to there. No shades, nothing. We just have our curtains in between, which I want to tuck in a little bit better. I feel like I'm not pulling enough light here. So we got plenty of light coming in. We got the overheads on, right directly in contact with the screen. And again, to show you how amazing our ambient light projection technology is, something we specialize in. Boom, like I said, 148 inch on a $130 projector. We're going to be talking about that in the next video, why this can never be done on a gray screen or white screen. Like I said, number one, this is a screen that's automatically going to have issues even at 100 inches. Imagine at 148. All right, so let's get back over here to the new technology. So this right here is the 39 Black Widow. As you can see, it looks absolutely amazing. It's picking up on my $300 Sony projector. That's what I paid for it. Let me go get my stand out of the way. The stand is big. There we go. There's my angle gain right there that I'm picking up all the way across with no problem whatsoever. And again, when I tell people you're spending way too much money for your ultra short throw projectors, not joking, you're spending way too much money. Like I said, today I can go on to YouTube right now and track down every projector, Optima GT 55, 56, you name them, we'll track them down, and I'll guarantee in all those demonstrations, except for us, they're gonna be sitting in the dark. We can put this up right now as a challenge for anyone to match this demonstration on ultra short throws, and no one will be able to do it. And the sad thing about it is an ultra short throw literally sits right up on top of a screen. Now, this one's pushed back a little farther. For those of you who don't know, that the Valve projectors, yes, those projectors that claim to do the 150 inches, they have to be pulled back to get that. You're not getting 150 inch by sitting 2 inches and 2 inches and 2 feet and 2 inches from the screen. Now you got to pull that one back for that. Look at this. So for those who've been asking questions, we got to pop onto a couple of forum sites a day. Can the 39 produce an ultra short throw? Yeah, it can produce an ultra short throw. The 38s can do it. Guess what? This can do it too. We just have to, even though we know it's going to have that capability to do so, you still have to have it documented and recorded, which I do not see a lot of people doing. I see people talking, not documenting. So you have to be, number one, that's the dumbest thing I'm about to say. Stuck in a dark environment with an ultra short throw. There is no way in the world you should be in an environment in the dark with an ultra short throw. It literally sits right on top of the screen. Even at this distance, at 148 inches, this is literally sitting on top of the screen. This sits closer than my short throw. My short throw would have to be about 5 feet away from the screen in order to pick this up. And my short throw would sit right about there in order to pick this up. So there's no excuse why you should have an ultra short throw and why you should be sitting in a dark environment. There's no excuse for it. Now I tell people when you're watching these demonstrations, make sure you look at those corners, make sure they're nice and bright, make sure you can see objects, you're not seeing casting shadows. I should be able to sit right here in the corner of my windows, back here, and you should be able to see everything in my environment without me walking over and trying to show it to you. If I have to walk over there and show you what that is because it's too dark, there's a red flag right there, automatically from the door. We got commercials that just hit back to back. That's interesting. Let's see, which one is this one? This one? Is that one? We'll let that one run. This one is the other one. Now, as I showed you with the long throw, as I told you before, gray screens do not pick up, and gray screens do not work with ultra short throws either. You're not going to pick up the color. You're not going to pick up the contrast. You're going to have to spend the money for a very expensive projector in order to try to pick up a somewhat decent contrast level, and you're still going to be stuck in the dark and you will still calibrate. This projector costs $300. That's it. The projector sitting on the floor, $130. Now, for those who've been asking questions, what's the difference between a Titan and a 39? Titans are jet black. Sorry, whatchamacallits are jet black. 39s, 38s. Black Widows are jet black. They produce a higher contrast level. White levels will be slightly higher here, but contrast level will be more superior here. Either way, if you put them side by side, that screen can blend into this one can blend into that one to a certain degree. The minute I switch on contrast, this one's going to be in boss mode. The minute I switch on those white levels, this one actually will show up in boss mode. Oh, and by the way, none of the projectors in this demonstration have been calibrated. We don't do that. I know the video is supposed to be about this one, but I can't stop looking at this screen size. Look, the size of it is huge. Oh, by the way, the NEC projector, they were designed to do 80 inches, that's it. That's why when I hear people saying, well, I got the Valve projector because it does 150 inches. Yeah, but I don't see anybody doing 150 inches. Kind of can't do that when you have a projector that's basically using pixel shifting technology that has to constantly compress the image or the resolution or pixels to get the image sharper. So you can't expand and basically try to compress at the same time. It doesn't work that way. Usually when I'm watching ultra short throw demonstrations, they will keep it on a small screen, as small as possible. And this isn't all demonstrations. They won't show you a switch up, back and forth to bigger screens with it. No. And the reason why they can't show you that is because the best image you're going to be to get out of that display has to be on a really small image to pick it up. Now, we're going to come back in. We're going to bring in this right here, switched over here, so I can bring my projector down so I can fill the entire thing up. But just to show you that our technology works on a larger level, that's why we have this hooked up over here, so we can show you the 148 display on the Titan with the windows. It's a shame because the companies will sit up there and lie to you and tell you, oh, you got to have this size screen. You got to calibrate your projector. You got to do this. You got to do that. And then the naysayers, we're not saying naysayers, people make the hobby paints. They'll come in and do the exact same thing that the certified company's doing because they figure, hey, if everybody's going to follow them, they'll follow me because I have the same thing they're doing. Nah. And then we come in and we do the total opposite. We take your theory and we throw it out the window. And that's why they get upset with us. Just like I showed you in here with the dedicated theater room we got in here, that gray screens are absolutely horrible in these settings. And people think, oh, because I'm in a dedicated theater room, I'm going to be in the dark. No, your screen still is going to look like trash. It is. Doesn't make it a difference if you're in the dark. Doesn't make a difference if you got on 5,000 lumens. Your screen's going to look like trash. The color's not going to come up. Red screen. Now I find it interesting when people are trying to back up gray screen paint products, they will skip all the demonstrations we do. They'll skip them all. They just show a screen, bunch of pretty color flying across the screen, that's it. They won't show you your color levels, no tests, nothing. Definitely not going to show you contrast. That's something you will never hardly ever see on a gray screen because they can't produce a contrast level. You see how bad that looks? Told you. Doesn't make a difference what caliber projector, short throw, long throw, whatever it may be, not going to pick up. Now let's see. Now this alone, like I said, demonstrations that we do on a regular, this right here is a challenge by itself. I could easily come on here in the next video and go, you know what? We challenge anyone to be able to produce in a fully lit environment a 148-inch screen. How many people you think are going to be to do that demonstration? There you go. Because everybody's sitting up on these 100-inch screens. There you go. I told you. That's a Sony projector right there. 3,000 lumens. This is 36. These are 36 for those who were asking me, what are these projectors? These projectors are under $200. You won't pay no more than $200 for that projector. But that projector is under $200, 2 HDMI ports, and it has 3,600 lumens. This projector is 3,000 lumens. So I told you how to compress the image to make it look tight so you can pull up a better image. That image is pushed up because the only reason why is because that's the biggest that projector is going to go at that distance, because again, that particular Sony projector was designed for office. But even though, still look at it, you still can't pick up red. Where did the red go? Projector sitting right up on top. Look at how close my projector is sitting to the screen. Where's the red? There you go. So the entire time when you're watching demonstrations, mind, this is the same thing to somebody who has a white screen outside or a white screen inside. They got one of those knockoff projectors and they're used to, that's the first projector they ever purchased, first screen, and they're looking at it and they think the picture looks absolutely amazing, like stunning. They've never actually seen what real projection is supposed to look like at the end of the day. And then when they go out and they buy a name brand projector and a better screen, they go, oh my goodness, I saw how much I was missing. This is how we see it when people display gray screens. You have no idea how much you are missing. You spent all this money, took the time to invest in research for a good projector to display it on a gray screen. You just dumb down your projector. Pretty much that's what you do. You dumb them down when you do that. That's how much picture quality and color alone off of red that you're missing. And that's a Sony Ultra short throw projector. So in order to get your color to adjust just right, you're going to have to calibrate. We don't calibrate. You're going to have to be in a dark environment. You can't have those windows open because the windows make contact with that gray screen paint. It's going to wash out right from the door. That's going to be another problem you're going to have. We saw that in a dedicated theater room. Didn't do too well in there. So when I go to forum sites where people have these high-end ultra short throw projectors, this is all we got to display, just that. Because it just shows that this projector doesn't have to be calibrated. Anyone who has that gray screen does have to calibrate because their colors are not coming up correctly. Now, to your eye, you may look at it and say, oh, the colors look fantastic. To someone that's used to being around dark technology and used to seeing a better red level, this is what I see when I look at your screen. This is the color I pick up. But for those of you who think at the end of the day that the gray screen is more superior, well, guess what? We'll make this a challenge for the day. 148-inch display in a fully lit environment. Now, you notice that, see where my ceiling lights are at? Do you see where my screen hits at? You see the very edge of that? That is making direct contact at all times with the ceiling light. When you have a little screen down here, it doesn't make much light. Much light's not gonna make contact with it because it's right here. This is 148. Even this projector, reason why we have it here, because it's in direct line with the window light, right there. And another reason why you can tell if the environment's not picking up a lot of light, and we're going to talk about that, fake ambient light projection demonstrations. Check those corners. Because I said, if you have to walk up on top of an object to do this, to show you what it is, that's not good. I should be able to sit here back here in my little corner, back here, and I should be able to see everything crystal clear with no problem, showing you that there's plenty of light in the environment. That's why I don't like to fake them. That's the first thing you hear me on camera go, oh, this is gonna be bad. It's not gonna go too well. Sorry, you can see already with the technology we have here, the black technology, you do pull your colors. No contrast, sorry, perfect contrast, no calibrating the projector for colors, none of that nonsense at all. And the reason why I hate demonstrations of people who calibrate their projectors, and I tell you why, because not only that, you're basically doing something that the average customer, say if a customer doesn't want to calibrate his projector, then you're showing an image that's something that they're not going to be achieved unless they calibrate the projector. When you're using a $33 machine in there that has all these special perks attached to it, you are actually boosting your image to try to make it look better. When you're in these so-called dark environments, trying to claim to be ambient light environments, nobody's environment is going to look like that at the end of the day. We all know that. To keep the environment dark so the colors can pop a little better, calibrate it so the colors can be a little bit on point. Use a high-end projector to add perks for what the screen can't do. You just did the exact same thing that a certified company does at the end of the day. That's why when we bring the products down here and we stick them in that max out environment, or even up here, they wash out. Blue screen. So if someone tells you that, oh, a gray screen is the best way to go for ultra short throw, no. Worst thing you can do. This is the reason why, when you look at these companies, oh, the certifieds do it. Yeah, the certifieds do it, but guess what kind of money they dump into a projector at the end of the day? For those you can afford the 3,000 or 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. I've seen some crazy ultra short throw projectors that cost a ton of money. You've seen an ultra short throw Chrissy before? Do you have any idea how much money an ultra short throw Chrissy costs? A discontinued model of an ultra short throw Chrissy that was discontinued in 2012. In 2012, they were discontinued. That projector will cost you $3,500, and it's 1080p only. No laser, none of that. No. And that projector is still more superior than some of these projectors out here. Use a liquid crystal for the lens. Now we're also going to talk about projector pricing. You see this projector over here, the one I was telling you about, the Christie LW 400. All right. Sometimes to go off topic, but there's so many things we got to talk about when it comes to projection. The sad thing about it is, people, when y'all watch demonstrations, they don't explain none of this stuff to you. All they come on like, look at the screen, look at the color, look at the contrast. No. That projector brand new costs $2,000. Did you know that? Yeah. They're $2,000 if you find them brand new. I had somebody who was trying to get the projector brand new and found out they were $2,000 for that projector. That's how advanced that projector is, and that's a 720p model. Now, getting back to the 38, let me say 39. As you can see, the 39 is picking up a beautiful shade of blue where the gray screen paint is not. And this projector is 3,000 lumens. Not 3,000, on the P2 is a 3,000 lumen projector. But this one's not 4K. It's not even 1080p. It's a 720p projector, and it can pick up better color than the P2. Because the P2 would be able to display what it's designed to do, but it can't. The projector is being dumbed down because it's being displayed on a gray screen. If you match that screen paint, this is a reaction that we're going to get over here on anyone's product who matches that product. Look at that, how badly that looks. That's pretty bad. Now, I know we're going to get people out there going to say, well, you know, this is how black screens look. No, can't say that. You got to buy from us to do that. So unless you buy directly from my website and you actually have my product at the end of the day in your home or apartment, and you can say, oh, yeah, so and so and so. Oh, I forgot, you got to get around that batch number. Woo, that's a hard one right there to get around the batch number. But we're talking about the individuals who basically made false. We're not talking about the other one. He's been forgiven. He's done. We moved on from him. The other two who have made these statements about black screens, these are individuals, keep in mind, that have never purchased anything ever from our website. But we have purchased from you many, many times. So before you go on defending your gray screen paint products, talking about notice how black screens portray themselves, you need to go place that order, which we already are almost close to 2 months, and you haven't placed the order yet. So all that going up and showing how black screens are supposed to look, your credibility is out the door because you have still failed to place an order through the website. And because it's taken this long, clearly shows that you have falsified your demonstrations, which means your theories on black screens are completely false. Where our theory on gray screens, well, yeah, I was developing this technology before you ever knew who I was, so I know quite a lot about it. And I do have your packages and items and stuff that I've ordered all logged in on my YouTube account, showing clearly that we have had your items down here multiple times, including the multiple canceled orders. So you have nothing to say, not a leg to stand on until you place the orders, which we all know why, because I get this all the time. Every time I jump into a forum room, somebody pops in and says, hey, did they place your orders yet? And I'm like, nope, no orders went through. We got orders downstairs, not one order from either one of them. They already know the deal. Everybody knows the deal already. Everybody knows the deal that if you've done it the first time, what's the hard part of doing it the second time? Yeah, there you go. See, look how beautiful that looks. All right, just want to put that out there because that's the first thing they do. They run to that particular theory of saying, oh, this is how it looks. You can't really do that. You haven't ordered from us yet. We're still waiting. Still waiting. Still waiting. All right. So let's get back to this right here. Purple screen. I'm having fun here, people. Usually when I do these demonstrations, I like to take my time. When people are doing these demonstrations, they like to rush through as fast as possible. No matter what we're going to pull up, that gray screen's not going to see jack at the end of the day. So we can throw an ultra short throw. Oh, we were supposed to do the demonstration for outside, but unfortunately, we got rain yesterday, a lot of rain. So we're still going to do it. We're still going outside. I want to do the demonstration on this screen outside. This is all fun and all, but to me, you know me, I got to have a challenge at the end of the day. And if I say something, I follow it through. So Lord bless us for us to be outside. We will be outside, have this set up, short throw projector. So if we're not using this one, this is a Sony. This projector is better than this one because, again, Sony more advanced machine than this one. This is an NEC. This is a much more advanced model. We're going to switch over to the $60 unit and take it outside. Miles has to make it a challenge, right? Now, someone's going to say at the end of the day that ultra short throws do better on gray screens. No. Same theory when somebody sat there and said that gray screens work fantastic in dedicated theater rooms. No, we showed you that was a bad idea. And now that we have an official dedicated theater room being built in another section over there, you can clearly see why you do not want to use a gray screen in there. All right, let's see what we're going to pick up for our contrast here. Where's the remote control? Way back here. Which one's this one? 4K tropical fish. Some fish on this one for a little bit. You're probably wondering. This commercial's weird. Starfield screensaver. Look at it. And it's food. There's a Starfield screensaver being displayed in a fully lit environment. Now, usually when I see demonstrations, we call it the door and window theory. The door here, the window here. When I see these demonstrations, the first thing I know is when I look at a window, this is what I'm looking for. When I'm watching the blinds, how your blinds are set up. If I can't see objects on the other side of that blinds, that means your blinds are sitting on a slant. That's one of the tricks they use. I'm gonna show you other tricks they use when they fake ambient light projection rooms. Blinds will be on a slant and they'll be pointed downward, which means when the light strikes it, it goes directly down, it doesn't go forward. It just gives it the illusion that there's light coming through the window when actually it's being redirected. So that's why when I see blind demonstrations, I'm staring at the window to see if I can see objects on the other side. That's the first sign I see. Corners. Corners are all the time. Basically, I see where they're directing the light. So if the screen is here, this window will be blocked here. And this window will be blocked to a certain degree, but there'll be a little bit of light pushing out around the corners to try to give it the illusion that it's pushing light off in the environment. One of the other first things I look at when I watch a screen is the background of your screen. If I can't see those corners, if I can't see objects, if I can't make out anything in the environment, there's not enough light traveling from here to make it to here. And I've seen that too many times. I've seen light cascade, go through a bookcase, drop down to the floor. You'll see light there because it's coming from the window directed here. And then the minute it travels, sofa's in the way. You know, there's a sofa right there too, right? A lot of people don't realize that. When I watch your demonstrations, I'm looking at your furniture too in the environment. You have a sofa right here, which means any light that's cascading that's going to be blocked by the sofa. The light at the top is going to peek over the top of the sofa and come down. But if this area is completely black here, it lets me know that light is only transferring to a certain distance. It's not making contact with the surface itself. Get all that, from watching demonstrations. I do it with the certified screens all the time. My personal favorite, condensed lighting. Condensed lighting is never on top of the screen. Turn your projector off. You should have these wedges here showing there's light making contact with the screen. Usually condensed lighting is somewhere in this area right here. Or sometimes we'll have the screen up under a lip, so that way the light can't make contact with the screen at all, period. Shades. I can't get into enough about the shades. Shades either halfway here or halfway here. Yeah, fake demonstrations. Now, while we're having this whole conversation, I know we're talking about the 39, just give you an idea to just look around, just see how cool it all looks. You know, because I can do that. I can come here and I can talk about this. I can change topics, but also too, I can back it up at the same time while I'm doing it. So as you can see with the projector we have here, that only has a whopping, and I mean whopping, 2000 to 1 contrast. That's pretty low, isn't it? Can pull up a 100% black level where the gray screen can't do it. That's why I told you the foolish lies that you hear about these gray screens, where if someone ever comes up and tells you that a gray screen is going to pull a contrast level 100, complete lie. Definitely complete lie. They have to use the perks of a projector just to bring up a somewhat decent shade of dark gray. This doesn't have 2 million to 1 contrast. You know that, right? It's a $300 projector. Neither does that one. Now, got a chance to check out this right here. So we're going to do more demonstrations off of this today because I got more form sites to go to. A lot of people have been asking about ultra short throw, ultra short throw, ultra short throw. Yeah. Now, the reason why we do this on the low-end projectors, because again, like I said, a lot of people when buying projectors don't want to really spend that kind of money. And some people are going to be happy with a 720p projector. Yeah, they are. At the end of the day, they're going to be happy with it. But at least in the long run, they don't have to end up with a crappy, trashy picture because the screen can't give the projector what it's designed to do. There's nothing wrong with the Sony projector over there. It works perfectly fine. It does, as you can see. The problem is the gray screen. Without our technology, this is what you're going to end up with. Just give you something to think about. That's what you're going to end up with. Now, if we put out a challenge, asking them to mimic the exact same demonstration we're doing here, they can't do it. You know why? Because they have to depend on those high-end projectors, people. We just challenged them to a 1-year 720p swap out, and they couldn't even do that. For God forbid, swap out my 4K laser projector with 2 million to 1 contrast for a 720p projector that only has, oh my goodness, God forbid, a 2000 or 1001 contrast ratio. And I got to do that in a fully lit environment with a screen size over 100 inches. Yeah, that was for a screen size of 130 to 140 inches. It had to be done. There's no way in the world it's going to be done. My screen's going to wash out. Yeah, they know it already. But yet, a customer can come in here, buy the same projector we have over here on the floor, over here, and pick up with no problem whatsoever. It comes down to the screen. This is the most important thing of your home theater setup. It's going to be your screen. You go buy the most expensive projector you want, and at the end of the day, again, your color is going to fail you. Contrast is definitely going to fail you, because I don't care what company you are. Excuse me, our screens are 100. This is a 100% black screen. Your contrast levels will never beat this screen. Never, ever beat it. It's black. Now, we can have a contrast challenge if you want. I can start placing orders today for your products to put you against a contrast, gray screen contrast versus black technology. And I guarantee you, watch how many cancellations we get at the end of the day. Not only that, watch how many certified screens fall. I love this one. Look at the lights. Oh, we finally getting some. Yeah, the fog's clearing up. Yes, yes, yes. And the weather, when I woke up this morning, man, it was like London in here, man. It was foggy as I don't know what outside. I'm thinking, okay, we're not going to be at the demonstration today, but look at how God's working it out. Look how God's working out. Hey, I've seen that golf course before. Yeah, I know that guy. I've seen this guy a few times. That's the Platinum golf. I told you to come pretty close. He is right there. See right there? That's his golf. His golf cart right there. But anyway, so that's amazing. Yeah, look at that. I can look out the window. Check out dude over there golfing. Where the freak is he at? I hope he didn't lose this ball over in this bush, man, because he is never going to find it. He might just have an extra one. I've seen that before. I literally watched someone have an extra golf ball in his pocket and throw it out. Not supposed to do that, people. You're supposed to play it through. I know that. And I watched him. Our eyes locked. We looked at each other, and I said, no, come on. You know that's wrong. And he gave me the middle finger, and he walked away. He cheats. He's right there. He picked it up. He literally could have he could have hit it from where he was at. He could have hit it, but I don't think he had the skill level. So, yeah, he picked it up. It was funny to watch. I wonder what time we got in there. Hold on for a minute. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 8:02.
8:02. We're 8:02 right now. 8:02. All right, people. He's already off now. He's going. Oh, he put his flag out. Oh, the flags are out. Yeah. Because they're not supposed to be past this area over here. This is where we're going to wrap it up. We got a chance to see. We're going to see some more demonstrations off the 38. 39. Okay, he's saying 39. I just say Extreme Black Widow. There's Extreme Black Widow. So yeah, we're going to be showing off more of this right here. Like I said, we're doing some more demonstrations, but I thought I'd put the big one on and we do this one over here because like I said, we got to bring this down and pull it back a little bit so we get the screen to fill out. Yeah. Oh, also too, for those of you buying ultra short throws for the first time and you buy an ultra short throw, because I've had a few people ask me about this, they thought something was wrong with the lens and your screen's coming out looking all whippy wobbly, like there's lines and not lines, but like a kind of a curvy look to it. That's because your walls aren't flat. That's why. Same problem I have here. My walls are not completely flat here, so I can never put an ultra short throw there because it's going to have this wave to it. So that means your walls aren't perfectly flat. You want to find if your walls are perfectly flat in your home, get an ultra short throw projector. You'll find out, or a laser, whatever they got. If it bends and ripples, yeah, your walls are not perfectly flat. Ultra short throws have to display on perfectly flat surfaces. And this surface right here, for those who don't know, is made out of fabric. That's the Network Grade 773. Stiffening the screen process to make the screen super stiff so we can use it for ultra short throws. This wall, on the other hand, is flat. All right, people, with that being said, I got to come back in. Oh, it's going to be a hot day today, trying to break open the ACs. And we're going to be talking about, this is already done. We need the projector just to show up. It did exactly what it was designed to do. It picked up, no problem whatsoever. Let's get rid of this right here because we don't need this here anymore. All right. That's the gray screen. And let's go over here. Let me see which one we're on. I think that's the other one. Kind of keep track of my remote controls. LG Beta Fish. I'll tell you, honestly, I do not want to make an LT gunmetal of this technology, nor do I want to make a gunmetal version of it. But we have to, because we have to be able to cater to our customers. But at the end of the day, you're going to watch what happens. I'm going to take that technology, as we did always do before. It's going to blow out all the certified screens. It's going to level all these other gray screen paint products. And then we're going to stick it against this screen right here. And this screen is going to be able to blend into its white levels on that technology. And when it turns to contrast, that screen can't even keep up to it. So we can make a superior version of a gray screen. It's just not going to match the black technology. Black is the future. All right, we'll get out of here, come back in, and we're going to talk about getting the most out of your ultra short throw projector for those who want much bigger screen sizes and you want to go bigger. Because I see a lot of people going there, those Valve projectors and WeMax projectors, because they feel that that projector is going to give them that whopping 150-inch screen, to find out they're not going to get it because the image is going to deteriorate. Every time they try to expand the image, it's going to deteriorate. And I explained to you before that if you got it on a gray screen or a white screen, those projectors don't work, period, on our products. They don't. Don't buy them. Don't buy our products. They don't work with them. My people saying, no, they do not work with them. Don't use them. But even if you have a name brand projector like we have over here, the NEC, and you say, okay, I'm going to do an all gray screen in here, and I'm going to basically get 148. No, you're not. You're going to get 148. Yes, you will. But your picture quality is going to look awful. We already showed you over there what the picture quality is going to look like. If you're having a problem picking up proper color and your contrast is not picking up, and to expand your screen size where it's going to take in 10 times more light. Do you know how much light the screen is actually taking in right now? That means your screen's going to fade even faster. If you have to be in a dark environment, think about it. If you have to be in a dark environment, number one, you got to calibrate, number two. How in the world are you going to expand to a screen size of 148 or higher if you're already having an issue of maintaining color and contrast and on 100 inches? How are you going to do it? You can't. You're going to wash out. All right. Let's shut it down over here because we're done. Ooh, I love that. Isn't that beautiful? All right, let me see. Shit, we don't want to get into projector costs, man, because that's something they definitely can't even touch this on. We don't pay for anything in here on these projectors. Which one on this one? That's that unit. Oh, this is my remote controls in here. I'm sitting here brushing my keyboard. It's a bad idea. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you something, people. My projector sits in eco mode. Did you know that? See that? That's the eco mode on my projector, all the way up. Eco mode. What's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This thing does 6. Yeah, 6 eco mode. So my projector has been in eco mode the entire time, all the way up on maximum settings of 6, while we had all this light pushing in at the same time. I kind of like to leave that for last. All right, with that being said, sun's coming up. Look at it, it's a nice, beautiful day outside. We're gonna be outside playing around. Got the big whopping 148 inch over here. Let me see. All right, I think I'm gonna come back in later on. We'll do the demonstration with this. I gotta get downstairs and get on the wallpaper screen. So that's what I'm supposed to be on the wallpaper display today. And we're going to starlight this room. So this projector is going someplace else. And we're going to starlight the ceiling with the lasers. That's what I'm going to do. Because I think I might have located where I can get my shooting star without basically spending a ton of money. All right, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.